Hey, folks, here at BangTheBook.com. Sunday, NFL preseason football. Buffalo at Indianapolis. Brian Blessing, Bruce Marshall. Colts 3.5-point favorites. Total on the game is 36. Bruce, I'll just right out of the gate say this would be one of my best plays of the weekend. I think this is an over game. You've got Buffalo with a quarterback battle in E.J. Manuel, Kevin Cobb, the kid Toole, and the third-string quarterbacks throwing the ball well in camp. But you've got 5 wide receivers with a ton of speed for Buffalo, vying for 3 spots. The only way you're going to be able to evaluate and build that roster is by throwing the football.
Yeah, and the fact Stevie Johnson is out for this game with a hamstring pull, that means these youngsters are going to be playing and hungry because this is their chance, like you said, for playing time. And there's some pretty decorated guys in here. Robert Woods, the rookie from SC. Goodwin, the rookie from Texas. You talk about blazing speed. This guy's running a 4.240. So there is a lot of speed there, and the new quarterback's coming in, fighting for the job. Cobb looks like he's going to be okay to play, and Manuel has had a good camp. And you mentioned a guy very interesting, Jeff Toole, Washington State rookie. And as you mentioned, his reports on him in training camp have been very, very positive.
A live scrimmage earlier in the week in Buffalo. Toole did great. And the Bills secondary had an interception for a touchdown, but they were also torched long. So I think you're going to see up-tempo. The other thing, very quickly for Buffalo, I would just say this to you. Woods gets the publicity as being the second-round draft pick. Goodwin, watch out for this kid in the season. He's like a 4.240 guy. He's an Olympic hurdler. They knew he had speed and he stretches the field, but they were worried about his hands. He hasn't dropped a pass in camp. And the other guy, if he behaves, was a major find for Buffalo, was Derek Rogers, who was kicked off Tennessee's team, and he's been outstanding in camp. So all of a sudden, a bunch of no-name guys look like they're big-time caliber NFL players.
Well, we'll see how they perform in live action here. But the other thing, too, about Buffalo, remember, this defense was really a mess last year, so they've got some amends to make over there, and they were giving up some big plays in camp. Let's see how that works. That does translate maybe into this over that we're talking about on Sunday.
Yeah, Buffalo being very aggressive with Pettin, the defensive coordinator. They're blitzing, could promote some scores defensively, and they could get scalded. Other end of the spectrum. Andrew Luck, a cup of coffee in here, but backups, Matt Hasselbeck, show the Colts what he can do, and then you get Harnish out of Northern Illinois. But a pretty good, solid roster of running backs for the Colts that I think gives them an opportunity to put points on the board.
Yeah, and they added Ahmad Bradshaw from the Giants in the offseason there, so he's going to want to establish himself on the backfield there. You know, they played Luck a little bit more than a starting quarterback would normally play. We weren't sure he was going to be the starter in preseason last year, and that's why the Colts generally performed pretty well last year. But a lot of good vibes in the Indianapolis camp. Chuck Pagano is back. And I would point out, though, Bruce Arians, the offensive coordinator, has moved to Arizona. Luck's college coach, Pep Hamilton, his offensive coordinator at Stanford, is now the new coordinator for the Colts. So nice transition for Luck. And I like Chandler Harnish coming in late. This guy can run, and he can make something happen for the Indy offense.
And finally, I would just say most preseason games are pretty vanilla, but this one actually could feature some pretty significant offense. And the other thing, Marrone for the Bills, just like you mentioned, Arians with Arizona, these are guys trying to change the fortunes and the mindset of a franchise. You know, preseason doesn't matter for a lot of teams. I got a funny feeling Marrone is going to be playing this one like it matters.
Well, he wants to get this new offense up to speed, up-tempo. They want to get live game conditions. You got a quarterback battle, a lot of receivers trying to establish themselves, so that's good. And also, let's not forget, Indy scored 25 per game in preseason. That's a good preseason number from last year. Luck should be effective, and I like the backup quarterbacks coming in for the Colts, too, so I think a lot of points Sunday at Lucas Oil.
For Bruce Marshall, I'm Brian Blessing. Good luck. Enjoy it. NFL preseason football Sunday, Buffalo at Indianapolis. Thanks for stopping by. BangTheBook.com.